All right, so we have a screening coming up this Friday. Autonomy screenings are going to be either films I've made or films my friends have made that I think are really good and I want to share with everybody I know and do a watch along and Q&A. This week we are doing another in the mind control series so that we can liberate our minds of such control. It's a three-part series because it's a 3-hour plus movie. The Minds of Men by Aaron and Melissa Dykes. Join us Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We go until about 7:30 with the Q&A after. We're going to break it into hour sessions. And I'm going to go through documentary evidence such as, let me see, in the history blueprint here, if we go to
As seen on the Joe Rogan Experience, the history blueprint.
as well, people might have heard about it there. They haven't seen it there yet. Jamie, bring up Richard
Yeah.
Grove's history blueprint. Was a tweet that I read the other day, and I was, I
Oh.
was like, dude, you're giving me an anxiety attack. Stop it. All right, so the Minds of Men has all these juicy topics. Like, why would you want? Look, you're going to see primary source information of a caliber that you're not used to. And all of these topics may seem disparate or unconnected, but I promise you, there is a point, and they did a masterful job of creating that documentary. And we can't watch it all at once because it would just take too long. So we're going to break it up over a series of weeks. And we're going to be doing that over at autonomyscreenings.com. Now, here's the cool thing. You guys might not be able to make the whole movie. Like we had people in Europe that were dropping off and they're like, hey, is there a replay? Yes, there is a replay. It goes in your account on autonomyscreenings.com, where if you register right now, you get a free account for the rest of the year. You get access to all the screenings and you get the replays. What are you waiting for? Autonomyscreenings.com. All
Yeah,
right,
and
so go
I have to
ahead.
say on that too. Like I was there for a little bit. I had to dip out. It was date night, right? All that fun stuff. But I was there for a little bit, and you know, it gives you a good experience about what autonomy is all about. So like if you're just kind of wanting to get your foot in the door with the whole autonomy scene, you get a good glimpse of that because the whole core of autonomy is the community itself, right? It's like the seeing the other people there, interacting, getting to know the others in there, and so you get a taste of that there.
That's where you know you could do it too.
Yeah,
That's where you're like, oh, this is doable.
yeah.
I had such a great time watching the movie because we made it. It was like 12 years ago we made that film, and my wife narrates it. And I'm always in the mood to make evergreen content. So if you watch it 20, 30, 50 years from now, it should be accurate. So I'm watching it thinking, is this movie going to hold up? Because I didn't have complete creative control over the whole gig. And I was so proud of the group effort that came together. Here's a ragtag group of people who aren't supposed to be doing this. If we were playing by the rules, we'd all have corporate cubicle type jobs and not be independent, freedom minded filmmakers, right? Doing this gig. And making that movie was a huge growth process. There was a lot of challenges in it, right? But I was so proud of the way all that information in that movie. Where's it got? It's right here. In this movie, 100% still accurate, and it was right before wokeism. So all the things like we have the president of the American Psychological Association in here. We have Colin Ross, who is one of the original MKUltra like receivers of the FOIA documents that unlocked MKUltra for people. Alex Jones, Deborah Griffin, I'm in there. There's a couple other people in there. John Rappaport. It's a very good starter or primer. It's a primer. It's a good starter. And this week we're gonna go deeper because the Minds of Men is like the whole PhD education on they, them, those who want to control your mind. State of Mind, on the other hand, is more of a meta arc over thousands of years of human history. This has been the trend. Minds of Men is very specific. World War II, forward, CIA, MI6, MK Ultra, Nazi, underground rocket scientists and biologists and stuff like that. All the good stuff that comes along with it. Hubertus Strughold did a whole bunch of experiments. That's like the what's that Japanese group that did all the human experimentation? Unit 746 or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
I got it wrong right now, so
Hold
don't do
on.
that. But anyway, 742, Unit 742. I bet that would be it. We had an American version of that run by the Americans and the British. And Hubertus Strughold did experimentations on people to see what would happen, like if you put a human being at 90,000 feet. and their blood boils because of low pressure, these sort of things. Very inhumane projects that were going on. We learn about it so that history doesn't repeat. That's what we're here to do. Not on our watch is this type of stuff going to continue to precipitate and repeat throughout our lifetimes in various ways. So we're going to learn to set aside the fear, maybe not look to be, given safety from your captors. Maybe look to make yourself more dangerous, make yourself a force to be reckoned with on the playing field. Maybe your captors will have something else to do at some point, and you can become a prisoner who escapes instead of a slave who loves the servitude and wants to please the master. Anyway, those things aside, it's all about learning your way forward and adulting through this process where we were not given a proper education, and rather we were indoctrinated with a finite set of information that does not lead to our freedom. In fact, it leads quite to the opposite of our freedom. So, slavery in all its forms is wrong, and we should continue to stand guard and be vigilant and learn about that which has been done to incapacitate human consciousness in the past.